We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
I never knew there was a place to go where my spirit's thirst is quenched. Hold on to yourself, I'm hearing. Hold on to the best of who you are. It wasn't quite the way I had imagined, yet it's more than all my dreams.
Good afternoon. How are you today? You have landed with me, Linda Morgan, the host for Sisters for Jazz here on Sisters at the Well Radio. This is a conversation with women about women. And as my friend and the senior host of this program, Miss Barbara Perkins, who is traveling today in Cuba. Hi, Barbara. Just want to give you your shout outs up front at the top of the hour. I have in the studio, I'm Linda Morgan, and we're here on latalklive.com. Please go to our station if you're online, www.latalklive.com/new/Sisters at the Well. That'll get you there. But if you're on Facebook, if you go to our Sisters for Jazz page or our Sisters at the Radio page, you will be able to find the links to the show as well. We are coming to you live. We're on the internet. You can see us. Hey, Betty.
Hi.
I am so excited because I have in the studio with me today one of our treasures, one of our legends from the Living Legend Foundation, which I, Linda Morgan, am the founder of. And to date, we have honored 55 of these golden treasures right here in Los Angeles, California. And so Betty is here with me today, Miss Betty Bryant. Say hello to Betty, you guys.
Hello, everybody.
Betty has many CDs, so you have to go to visit BettyBryan.com. But the CD that we're featuring and that she's going to be talking about in this conversation with me for the next hour is exciting. Iteration Plus. If you look at BettyBryan.com, it's that first CD. Click on it. Download it from CD Baby. And then call us and tell us what you think. You know, that was my prerequisite to watching the show. But if you didn't, you still have the opportunity now. So we're going to be talking about this new CD. We're going to be talking about Betty and her life as a treasure here in the Los Angeles city that we have discovered. And yes, I know she looks like she's 37, but she looks very good. My friend Debbie always says, I'm 37. So
That's good.
she said, that's great. So Betty, our audience is here. We're here. It's just me and you. This is the first time that I've only had one guest in the show that I can relax and just talk to. And now this is feeling so comfortable. I think this is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my shows. So get ready. We're going to have one artist that's going to come in. We're going to have a conversation. And we're going to play live music. So we're not playing today, but get ready for that in the new year. So tell our audience, this is Sisters for Jazz on the Sisters at the Well Radio. A little bit about you so that they can get it introduced to you. They're going to go to the website as well to find out more. But
Well, I was born in Kansas City, Missouri. I'm saying Missouri instead of Missouri, which I prefer. And that was in 1929. So there's been a lot of years in between. Then and Iteration Plus. And for those of you who don't know what iteration is, it's when most people say reiteration, they really mean iteration. So I thought I would just throw it out there.
wow. Okay. Well,
I love words.
what is iteration? I don't know.
It means to repeat.
Repeat.
And so this is mostly, there's 17 songs altogether, and 14 of them are from previous albums. So the iteration is the 14, and the plus is the 3 new ones.
Gotcha. Okay. So, well, we've already dived in for a little bit. Let's hear something. Van will give us something to one of the tracks, and as we go throughout the 1 hour, which is going to go really fast, we're going to sample some of these tracks so that you can go out and purchase your own. How about that, Van? Give us a track to go to. So, Van, we have a wonderful technician here in the studio with us. That
If you'll lend me your ear, I'll make it clear the way that I do. Let me whisper it. Let me sigh it. Let me sing it, my dear, or I will cry it. Let me love you. Let me show that I do. Let me do a million impossible things so you'll know that I do. I'll buy you the dawn if you let me love you today. And if that's not enough, I'll buy you the 1st of May.
Hey, I'm going to toast to that one. That is jazzy.
I love it.
Is that one from previous, or that's our plus on this one?
That's one from previous. It's called Let Me Love You, and it's from No Regrets, I think.
Okay.
And that's Robert Kyle that you're hearing on sax right now. And it starts out with just bass and voice. And of course, I play piano, so I'm proud of this one. It is real jazzy and it's upbeat.
Oh,
it's
yes.
sort of what I'm about. And
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It had me going and bopping in my seats. So that's it. We're just going to talk about each song and play them and let our audience get a little glimpse of them so that they can, we don't want to give them too much. We're just going to give
Great.
y'all a little because we do like for you to go to BettyBryan.com and buy the CD. Support her and her efforts of keeping jazz alive. That's what we're all about. So tell us about growing up in Kansas City.
Well, I grew up in a family of school teachers mostly, and English was the preferred subject. My father taught English and history. My grandfather and grandmother both taught English. We were not allowed to say ain't.
Oh, no.
And they're probably rolling over in their graves knowing the way people talk now. It's terrible. They've got show hosts on now that I can't believe. But that was the main focus at home was, the English. But we had meals at the table with serving dishes. We didn't eat off the stove or run in after school and have snacks. We were a family. We ate breakfast together. We ate dinner together.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So I know it's been an incredible journey for you on this jazz journey. I know you can probably tell us stories of you playing with some of the greats that are no longer here with us and how some of those.
That came with strong family disapproval. That was with my breaking point. And I sort of got in with Jay McShann, who was like my idol and later became my friend and mentor. And of course, Charlie Parker also started out with Jay McShann. I actually went to Charlie Parker's funeral with Jay McShann and a bunch of other people.
Wow.
At that old union in Kansas City.
Local
627, I
yeah,
think it was.
627.
Yeah, at that time, that was the black union. And my first union membership before I moved to Los Angeles in 1950.
Right, that's right.
1955.
Five.
Yeah.
So, oh, well, see, we've had this treasure here for all these years. And I just came into her presence within the last 4. Wow. How many of you know Miss Betty Bryant? Have you been to one of her concerts? Have you seen her jazz up that piano at the Paparazzi? She used to be at the Paparazzi at the Sheraton. Remember with Merle?
That's right.
That's where I met you.
That's
Because remember,
right.
I came over there
Right.
and had dinner.
Yes, I remember.
And that's how she is now. You can go to our site too, livinglegendfoundation.com, and see all the legends that we've honored in the last 4 years. I was so happy to
I'm
honor.
in some tough company. It's some wonderful legends that you have.
I was so excited when I honored you and Dee Dee McNeil at the same
Right,
time.
right.
So, because kind of like in March, I dedicated that to Women's Month. And so every March, if you look into our website, you will see that we honored some incredible women.
Yeah.
Linda Hopkins,
Clora Bryant.
Clora Bryant, Gilda Haygood, Ann Mack, Lady Gigi, Queen Bey. Oh, and the list, Barbara Morrison, and the list just goes on in terms of the women that we have represented.
Remarkable women.
Yes. So I really would appreciate it if you'd go and visit our site, BettyBryan.com, as well as LivingLegendFoundation.com, just to see a little bit about who we are and what I do and why I feel why I feel about why I feel. How about that? Ooh, that's some Ebonics for you. Y'all forgive me for that one, okay?
This is the strong lady here.
Oh my goodness.
I already told her this morning that she has more hours in her day than the rest of us because she does so much.
Oh, thank you. And I will do it over and over again for you guys. But we're going to take another quick break and we're going to go into another song because this hour is going to go by really fast with your music and you and let's talking about it and just chatting it up.
Lord, I just don't know what I'm gonna do. I've been cooking 40 years with no complaints. Now all of a sudden, my man's trying to do a health food number on me. You believe that? One day I say, honey, I'm from Missouri. I don't understand any of this. You gotta show me. And he say, that's what I am trying to do. So now, he got the money. Walked out the door. He's making his way down to the health food store. He's buying them things that I can't stand. It's the coming thing, baby. I swear it's sweeping the land. He say, I know you like the natural scene, but I want grease in my gravy, fat back in my greens. Now I've been around and enjoyed my time. I put a hurtin' on ham hocks. I even eat the rind. Short ribs, pig feet, greens on my plate. Now I'm getting nervous about them things I ate. I know you'd like the natural scene, but I want grease in my gravy, a little fat back in my greens. I don't do no drugs, they slow up my brain. I have a hard enough time when I'm sober and sane. I love my beer, I'll tell you why. Weed makes me sleepy and I'm afraid to fly. I know you like the natural scene, but I want grease in my gravy, fat back in my greens. all kinds of vitamins hanging around my house.
Wow.
Take me 30 years.
Tell
to
me
know what
about
that's
this
all
one. It
about.
sounds so fun and bluesy.
I like grease in my gravy and fat back in my greens.
Now that is tough. What's the inspiration behind this one?
A gentleman named Mr. McDonald wrote this song, and he plays guitar. I can't think of his first Doug McDonald. And he plays it with his group, and I just heard it one time, and I've got to know that tune, you know. So I think I learned it off of a record. I don't think he sent me the music. And then I had to chase him down to find out how to pay him money to play his tune. Yeah, it's really great.
Oh, that was a very jazzy, bluesy song.
And then at the end of it, they just kept on playing this tag. It just kept it going and going, and I just ad-libbed all of that other stuff.
On it.
Just went on and on. Finally, I said, I'm getting tired, y'all.
So you guys did a live recording of it?
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's...
No, we were in the studio, but I record with everybody around me. I don't, like, isolate everybody in different rooms and everything if I can help it.
Right.
So at least we have eye contact, even if we aren't, we have things blocking us off. Sometimes they put up little ballasts and things.
Oh, partitions when you're in the studio?
To keep the instruments from bleeding into
each other?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's great. So that was a very classic tune there. And as we can just continue to talk about, tell me about some of the people who you've played with. Like who have played with you?
That's hard to say. I've had basically the same musicians with me for the last, I'd say at least 10, 15 years, I've had the same people with me.
Wow, that's how Dee Dee, she does too. They have the same kind of cats
Yeah,
playing with her.
I'm comfortable with them, and so there hasn't been any reason to change. My bass player recently moved to New York, so...
Richard Gargano? No.
Tom.
Yeah.
Tomas Gargano.
Yes.
And I miss him. So I'm using different bass players right now. Rob's been with me forever. Rob Kyle, who plays saxophone and who produced this CD.
The new one, Iteration Plus?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Shout out to you, Rob Kyle.
And he's been on all of them, on just about all of them. Tom has been on every single CD.
Wow.
And the one CD I made with the Japanese bass player, because I was working in Tokyo at the time, he came here to record.
That was Just Us, I believe?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he came here to do the recording, and Tom loaned him his bass. So the story is that Tom's bass has been on every one of my recordings, whether he was or not. Yeah.
Gotcha. No, that's kind of stuff that people don't really get to know and hear about the artist, just how your creative process happens.
And if you knew how much bass players love their basses, for him to lend somebody else his bass, that's really a big thing.
Oh yeah, I know James Leary. He does a jam sessions with Jock on Mondays, and when another bass player has to come up and use his bass, he kind of gets that look like, "Do you really know what you're doing?"
Exactly.
So I can understand how it can
even
be.
drummers, like they'll use a set that's on the stage, but they bring in their own cymbals,
right?
to
connect with it. So that is awesome. So you've heard 2 tracks so far from this wonderful CD. We're not going to take up a lot of time chit-chatting. We're going to take up a lot of time getting ready and playing the next song.
Great.
So our audience can hear it within this hour. A little bit of Iteration Plus coming to you from latalklive.com. And I am Linda Morgan, your host, and you're listening to Sisters for Jazz on the Sisters at the Well Radio, and my guest is Betty Bryant. Yay! Yes, so we are going to go into the next song, Miss Betty Bryant, and let our audience get a little snippet of it and let them tell us what they think. Now, you can also call in. So I'll do that when I come back, give you that number.
You know the boy is fine, and I know the boy is fine. You say the boy is yours, but I say he could be mine. If you don't listen, then you'll pay the price. Here's some advice for free. If you want to keep him away from me. If I were not a friend, warning you in advance, if I just moved right in, you wouldn't stand a chance. May sound like bragging, it might be a bluff, but if you don't care to see, if you want to keep him away from me. I never lose, 'cause I know how to choose. It's not that my line's so good, but I know when I can and I know when I can't. And with him I know that I could. Some looks you can't mistake, some looks you can't ignore. Each time he looks my way, I see an open door. If he makes you happy, I wish you the best, but here's how it's got to be. If you want to keep him away from me. Never lose, 'cause I know how to choose. It's not that my line's so good. I know when I can and I know when I can't. With him I know that I could. Some looks you can't mistake, some looks you can't ignore. Each time he looks my way, I see an open.
Hey, that's another jazzy one. Tell us a little bit about that one.
This was written by Jim Eubanks, and I for a while I was going to an open mic down in Silver Lake on weekends, and I think the first time they were on Wednesday nights, and it was just fun. All these people were singing show tunes and just whatever they wanted to sing, but Jim Eubanks sang things that he had written himself, and he's clever. He's got the craft down. So I said, would you like for me to, or would you mind if I did one of your songs? So he gave it to me, and I did my version of it.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
So if you want to keep him away from me.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm just sassy enough that that appealed to me, that idea.
I remember you singing a song.
He may be your man.
Yeah. Is that on any of the CDs?
I don't think that's on here. I think it's probably on a CD.
Okay. That song cracks me up every time I hear you sing it.
I'm identified with that song. He may be your man, but he comes to see me sometime. And it's like I did it once, and then the next time somebody requested it, and then pretty soon, all of a sudden, I was doing it every single show. Everybody wants to hear that song.
Oh yeah, so that's a classic one. You got to go look on the CDs and see which one has it, and it's called
He May Be Your Man.
He May Be Your Man. But go to BettyBryan.com, and all of her CDs are listed there, and then you can see the titles before you even buy them. So that song I'm talking about, you want to find it and listen to it. It is incredible.
If I haven't recorded it, I will.
Okay, so she got a disclaimer here going. If you go there and you look and you don't see it, how about leaving us a message on the Facebook page and tell her
great idea.
It's not there. Please record it. Okay, our Facebook page is Sisters for Jazz. You always type in Sisters for Jazz in the search bar. or put in Sisters at the Well Radio. Please, I look forward to your comments. And if you want to call in, I believe our wonderful technician has put the phone number for you to call in to the radio station. We would love to hear from somebody within this hour that is listening to us. I know I have friends who know about it that are watching on their phones and watching from their computers. Pick up the phone and call us. We'll be able to answer your call, and you can just say, hey, congratulate Betty on her new CD. You know, and that number, just in case some of you may have phones and you don't see the screen, the number is 323-473-3100. 323-473-3100. So we really love to hear from you. If you're not too busy watching football. I know this is a Sunday. Football is on, and I know.
Yeah,
you
big
out and about.
competition.
I know. But anyway, you'll be able to watch this later on at your convenience because we're on demand. So we may be live now, but you'll be able to later on this evening when you're chilling and all the games are off and you're on your computer, go to Sisters at the Well Radio on Facebook or go to latalklive.com and you'll be able to see this show that we recorded today. Isn't that amazing? I was just telling my friend Letitia, where are you? On the next break, I'm going to call you because you haven't chimed in. And I was telling her how we started live streaming back in 2007 before most people even knew what live streaming were. There was a company called Mogulus. Before it was Ustream, before it was live stream, there was a company called Mogulus.
Hey, y'all, she just told me what streaming was this morning.
And lots of people didn't understand the concept. But I was one of those pioneers who had my laptop with me. And I started streaming from the townhouse. If anybody out there can identify with the townhouse here in L.A. on La Tierra, they would do Sunday's Jazz. And I would be there live streaming from my laptop, and Letitia would be in Atlanta. So she was able to see my show, talk to some of the jazz artists, get to know them, and we would be branding and marketing online. So I've been very used to this, but I've never been used to having a live show where it was monthly. Yes, this show is monthly. I've been doing this now since August, thanks to my good friend Barbara Perkins, who drugged me into being in front of the camera because I've always been behind the scenes, and I thank you, big sister, for that. But every third Sunday, Sisters for Jazz is here on latalklive.com. LA Talk Live have a lot of great shows, so check out the channel and see some of the different shows. You got some of everything on here if you really take a look and see. But our show, and she told me, she said, just do what you do. You do jazz. And I was like, I know, but I don't want to do jazz. I don't want to be on the radio. She was like, you're going to do it. Here's your show. What are you going to call it? I was like, okay, so this is women, conversation with women, about women. I said, okay, well, I can concentrate on all my sisters in jazz then, okay? So I said, Sisters for Jazz. That's what it's going to be. Sisters for Jazz. We're all about jazz. She was like, okay, great. That's it. All right. Here's your schedule. You got one show a month, every third Sunday. Go. So now, I'm beginning to really get the hang of this. And to see that it's not that bad, you can really come and do this with this quick hour and enjoy it. And just have one guest, because I've had like 3 or 4 guests in here, and I'm having to talk to everybody about, okay, you, and then you, and then you. That's too much for me. Now I see I'm comfortable with just me and one guest.
Yeah.
And we can talk about just them and their music. Like we're going to get into the next song over there with Van and just let our audience hear this incredible CD called Iteration Plus. And I downloaded mine, so please go get your own at cdbaby.com. And here's the next song. We're into Betty Bryant's Iteration Plus CD.
I'd work for you, slave for you. I'd be a beggar or a knave for you. If that isn't love, it'll just have to do until the real thing comes along. I'd gladly move
earth for you, to prove my love and its worth to you. If that isn't love, it'll just have to do until the real thing comes along. With all these words, dear, at my command, just can't make you understand. I'll always love you, come what may, my life is yours. What more can I say? I would lie for you, cry for you, tear the stars down from the sky for you. If that isn't love, it'll just have to do until the real thing comes along. Command, I just can't make you understand. I'm gonna love you, come what may, my life is yours. What more can I say? I lie and I cry. I tear the stars down from the sky for you. If that isn't love, it'll just have to do.
Wow.
And that's what you call a torch song.
Oh, a who song?
A torch song. And if you don't know what a torch song is, you're too young.
Well, is it past our 50th age? See, we're talking to vintage in here, so you guys really
That's nice vintage.
Yes, absolutely. I know she looks to be about 37 or 40, but she is much more than that. She is treasures for us here in LA.
Yep,
and
just
one
like
thing
the
I
good
love
wine.
about you, one of the things I'm going to tell everybody
Okay.
publicly,
Okay.
one of the things I love about you. You are not ashamed to tell your age.
Never have been.
And it's because of your beauty. I don't know what it is, but some women get all hung up with how old they are. And they should be grateful and blessed that God allowed them to get to that age to even be able to tell it.
I agree.
So tell our wonderful audience. I know she's so proud of how old she is, and you guys your mouths are going to drop. And
I
you're going to
just
wonder.
turned 84 last month.
Wow. That deserves a good one. Yes.
And I have no intention
of turning it around to 48. And
I'm going to be 85.
we got to have a big celebration next year. So you guys get ready. Linda Hopkins is still with her. She celebrated her 89th.
I know.
I think she is one of our, or if she's not the oldest legend that we have, she is the oldest living legend that we have it honored. That's still with us.
Probably, yeah.
So I'm doing my chronological orders now of birthdays and birthplaces because I got some exciting news, but I'm not going to share it today with you. We're going to leave that for next year about what we're going to be doing in the Living Legend Foundation with the 55 legends that we've honored over the last 4 years.
I am so honored that I am one of them.
Oh my God, I have so many ideas in my head, so many visions, so many dreams that I just think about every day about honoring you guys and making
Do you
sure.
ever sleep?
You know what? I probably get about 2 hours of sleep a day,
Okay.
if that. In the 24 hours, I get 2.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, because I cannot even sleep. Yes, I'm addicted to Facebook, as most of you probably know. I've met a lot of you through Facebook. You've seen me out. You think you know me through Facebook. But I enjoy doing this work. I really enjoy it. And if I didn't,
Obviously.
and if I didn't have to sleep, my friends always say, "Girl, why are you up so late? It is 2:00 in the morning sometimes, and you on Facebook." I said, because that's when my passions are flowing. I'm up. I'm up thinking, doing, posting about everything that's going on. I said, so, and I enjoy it. So I'll be doing that for a long time. But we just came off of 1 2. Hey, we're halfway through. So let's hear another song while we're listening to this wonderful CD, Iteration Plus. And you can download your copy from cdbaby.com and look for Betty Bryant. Or just go to her website. That'll make it easy. BettyBryant.com. How about that? And it'll be that first CD. I'd like to be able to say that my audience at least went and bought 1 copy. How about that? Can we just get 1 copy sold? And I need for somebody to call in. Letitia, you know I forgot to call you. I'm calling you on the next break, so get ready. I know you're watching, but you're going to be called.
The birds in every tree are also neighborly. They sing wherever I go. I guess I'm just a lucky so-and-so. If you should ask me the amount in my bank account, I'd have to confess that I'm slipping. But that don't worry me, 'cause confidentially I've got a dream that's a pippin'. When the day is through, each night I'll hurry to a home where love waits, I know. I guess I'm just a lucky so-and-so. Ask me the amount in my bank account, I'd have to confess that I'm slipping. But that don't worry me, 'cause confidentially I've got a dream that's a pippin'. When the day is through, each night I'll hurry to our home where love waits, I know. I guess I'm just a lucky so and so.
Yes, I am. I am really a lucky so-and-so because I know a lot of great people. And you're coming back here live with us on latalkradio.com. And this is Linda Morgan, and we're on Sisters for Jazz Radio. We are being hosted by Sisters at the Well Radio, and my good friend Barbara Perkins is the lead host. Betty, I am a lucky so-and-so, but I know that's not what that song was about. Tell us.
That's an old Duke Ellington song. And it just says what it is, you know.
Yes.
There's so many things to be grateful for, and people forget that. And it talks about really simple things.
Yes.
The birds in every tree sing so neighborly. You know, it's just really, really, really simple things that we have to be grateful for that sometimes we forget about.
Right.
So it's a bluesy way of saying all of that.
Exactly. I've heard that song by a lot of different people. I think Angelo Divino or Divine.
I don't
he
know.
does a Duke Ellington show, I think, and he calls it Lucky So and So. And that song, it's one of those tunes that's a standard that a lot of people have taken and done it their way.
I think Ernie Andrews does great.
Oh yeah,
He does great things. with
Hey
it.
Ernie, how are you, buddy? I know you're out there in internet land. But anyway, that's another one of the great tunes from her latest CD called Iteration Plus. And I'm just sitting here, we're just chatting, having a great conversation all about Betty Bryant and all about her new CD, Iteration Plus. Because at the end of the day, if none of my 5,000 plus friends on Facebook get a CD, I know what's really going on. Gotcha.
I'm taking notes.
So yes,
I'm writing down your name.
That's right. That's what this show is all about. It's just about sharing with you our legends that we've honored and for you to get to know them and their music and to know that they're even here. One of the things that's very important to me is legacy preservation. If you know me personally, you'll know what my title is. And you'll know why I do what I do. And you'll know that it's important for my generation, you 50-plussers, to know about the generations that came before us in this idiom called jazz. This is my world. I'm not into R&B. I love it. I grew up on it. Yes, hip-hop. I love y'all too. But I'm into jazz. And for a long time, I was into smooth jazz because I didn't know any better. I really didn't. I just thought that was jazz. That was it. That's all there is to it.
Watch it.
Even though I knew about, the Charlie Parkers and the Coltrane's of the world, I wasn't really into it. And it just came to me just after years of just smooth jazz and it, everybody know me from that Smooth Ahead logo that I came up with. And I was promoting Smooth Ahead subtly. People didn't really get it. They didn't get that I was transitioning. But I was just trying to take my friends with me slowly so they would know. Smooth Ahead. And that
She left out straight.
Yes.
In case you didn't catch on.
Exactly. See, I couldn't say smooth straight ahead, so I just had to give them the smooth part of it and the head that went with straight ahead. So my friends started thinking that they was going to come to a smooth jazz concert. Oh, Linda putting on smooth jazz concerts, y'all. And when they got there, they would see some legends that they had never knew anything about. Yeah. And then I started the events, the honorings, and that's how I have come to really just be able to appreciate the shoulders that I stand on and that came before us in this music industry. And there were so many, and I've been so fortunate to have met so many. I mean, even Roy Gaines in blues and Billy Mitchell on the piano, Art Hillary, who's no longer with us, Red Holloway, who's no longer with us.
Yeah, we lost a lot.
Buddy Collette, who's no longer with us. Elliot Shavers, who's no longer with us. And Jai Richardson, Jay Rich. He was the pioneer in making sure that the music was played on It was called KABC, I believe, way back then. But just being able to connect and meet all these incredible legends in jazz here in Los Angeles. Now, this is something that I would love to see happen all over the United States, all over the world, because we have legends who have relocated and who are spending their last days in different places other than from where they were born. You know, you being from Kansas City, you're here in Los Angeles. So I'm sure that there are lots more musicians that reside all over the United States that can be honored. And I'm hoping that other organizations would pick up the mantle and just do the same type of work. Honor them while they're here. Give them their flowers while they are alive so that they know that they are appreciated. That's why I started doing
beautiful, yes.
the Living Legend Foundation
Yeah.
and the honoring. And Buddy Collette said to me, Linda, it's going to be hard. It's going to be tough, but just keep going.
Yeah.
No matter what nobody say, just keep doing you. It ain't, you're not motivated by money. That's obvious because you do what you do from the heart. And I appreciate those words every time he visits me in my sleep. Yeah, he does. And when I get down, I get frustrated, he will come tap on the shoulder. Nope. What's up? Get up. Do it. This is what you want to do. And I do this in honor of him now because he's no longer here with us. And he was that. Ooh, I get all emotional, but I can't get emotional here on the camera. I'm trying to stay there. So we're going to have another song so we can really listen to Betty and Iteration Plus. Please, you guys, join me in listening to her new CD, Iteration Plus, as Van takes us into another cut.
Okay.
I walk the floor and watch the door, and in between I drink black coffee. Love's a hand-me-down brew. I'll never know a Sunday in this weekday room. Talking to the shadows, 1 o'clock till 4. Lord, how slow those moments go when all I do is pour black coffee. Since the blues caught my eye, I'm hanging out on Monday, my Sunday dreams to dry. Now a man was born to go a-loving, a woman born to weep and fret, to stand home and tender oven and drown all her regrets with coffee and cigarettes. I'm mourning all the morning, mourning all the night. In between it's nicotine and not much hard to fight. Black coffee, feeling low as the ground. Just waiting for my baby to come around.
righty.
Well, now,
Yes.
a man was born to go a love.
I like this one, Black Coffee. This is the first one on the track. Tell me about this one.
You know, Black Coffee, I first heard it by Sarah Vaughan
Oh, okay.
many years ago. And of course, I don't come anywhere close to what she was doing with it. But the message is still the same, you know, like she's drowning her sorrows. I'm
In
putting
having
it
a
in
cup of coffee?
in the third person now. It's like, I'm not going to say I. But she's drowning her sorrows in a cup of black coffee.
Wow. Just
And it's so much nicer than
like we're having
booze.
coffee.
Yeah, well. But anyway, I like it. It's just you know, when you just don't have any place to go but up, and you want to get down at the bottom, and you don't want to do booze, and she's doing like black coffee and cigarettes.
Right.
So I gave up cigarettes some time ago, but I
Still drink
I
some
still
black.
drink black coffee.
Oh
so.
yeah. You know, I tried black coffee before. Speaking of that, and I had to put sugar in it because I was just like, oh
I'm
lordy,
sweet enough.
All right now, see, I'm gonna be like Miss Betty when I get there. You just watch.
Oh, I am
I'm-
sassy.
Oh yes, I know it, and I always tell my friends I'm a diva in training. Trust me, when I reach divahood in 3 more years, that's when I'm gonna reach divahood. I'll be 55, and it's on and cracking. I'll be a certified diva at that point. But I'm taking notes, and I'm learning from many, many, many divas in my circle.
Oh, I bet.
All my legendary jazz divas, all my legendary Regalette divas, all my Sora divas like Miss Sybil Coker, who is amazing and doing incredible work in so many.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, you think I do a lot? Call Sybil Coker and
I'm the
ask
one that
her.
turned you on to Sybil.
That's right. That's right. You introduced me to Sybil, and I'm telling you, I get tired when I call her. Her and her mother, who is 96.
I wondered about
Oh my God. She is at something every 2 hours throughout the day. They are going to breakfasts and lunch. She's being honored, as a matter of fact, with 21 other women in red on the December the 29th. She told you about that?
No, I didn't know about that.
Okay, Sybil, I'm sorry, I just put you on blast. But yes, so she got to send us that information about her being honored along with 20 other women
Oh, that's wonderful.
in Sorrow. I think they're all Soros, but
Sorry, is it Delta?
Delta.
She's in the Delta.
but
sorority.
she and her mom, every 2 hours, they are at some event. And I said, how do you do it? She says, oh, Linda, I just, it's just so much. And I'm like, I thought, Miss Sybil, I said, I thought I was doing a lot. No, you and your mother have me beat. I couldn't even keep up with y'all. Lunch, breakfast, dinner, this all day,
And
every day.
meetings in between.
Yes, and she's the treasurer of her church and this. And I was like, oh, Jesus. When I get that, oh, please, when I get that mature, just help me to keep going like that. And that's one of the things I love about.
Yeah, I've been involved with the Dolo Coker Foundation ever since it started. So Ernie Andrews and I have
30
been there.
years.
We've been there the whole 30 years.
Yes, Dola Coker Jazz Scholarship Foundation. I'm now a proud board member of this organization. Thank you for choosing me to be a part. And just because of some of the relationships that have come out of that. You
Yeah.
introduced me to Miss Sybil, and I ended up honoring her, and then she turned around and honored me this
Yeah.
year, which I was
That's
totally
wonderful,
grateful.
yeah.
Yes. And so now I am one of the board members, and I'm excited to do whatever I can to help
Yeah.
the organization.
I was so
And-
happy when I heard that.
Oh, thank you, Miss Betty.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I just try to do what I can do in my little lane, you know, in terms of being able to help out. And I will do this until I drop. 3 minutes. We only got 3 minutes left, Miss Betty. See, I told you this hour would go really fast.
It did.
Let's get to another song then. So we'll see one more song, and then we'll come back and wrap it up.
Okay.
And our hour will be done.
All
Wow,
right.
that's incredible, Van. Thank you so much.
has tomorrow gone? It was supposed to be there for a dream. What happened to the dawn? The new day, the new life, the new theme. Yesterday's memories not long ago, filled with sweet passion, now melting away like the snow. Where did tomorrow go? When did it disappear? Was it the day when our romance was through? Winter seems long this year. I hunger for springtime and you. Looking for pleasure, searched high and low. Can't find the treasure, I can't even find the rainbow. Where did tomorrow go?
Wow. An hour. I told you this hour can go really quick.
I can't believe how fast it's gone.
I know it. And we were able to
I
sample.
just barely got to know Van.
And we've been sampling, just giving you a little snippets of the CD. It is incredible. And I am urging and pleading with my wonderful friends to at least go down and download. And I was talking to Betty about downloads versus CDs. Forget the downloads. I know your downloads may put it on your computer, but I want you to go get a CD. Get your own hard copy of the CD. And if you happen to catch her out on tour, look at her website. I keep it up now. I'm going to be putting where she's going to be playing and all that. So look on there and see where she's going to be playing and come out and get a CD from her live and in person so that she can sign it for you. You never understand. Okay, let me tell you my generation. You don't understand the value and the pride of having a signed copy of a CD from a legend. I have many. So you want to start your collection now while they are here with us.
And
how about that?
Still sign.
Yes, and can still sign. See, I'm being silly, but honestly, the encouragement behind that is that you're coming out to see them play live, and you're purchasing a CD from them that they are signing. That's the whole point here, is that you're coming to support, and you're getting a CD straight from them, and they are signing it. That kind of story that you can tell to your family and your friends and your children, you can't get that on just downloading it. Can't get that on downloading. But we'd like to thank you because our time has gone by very quickly. Our hour is up, and we're going to end the show, Miss Betty, with
It's hard to say goodbye.
bye-bye until next
however.
year, the third week in January. Linda Morgan signing off. Bye-bye.
And it's hard to say goodbye. You're ooh, you're ah, you're baklava. And it's hard to say goodbye. You're so ice cream at midnight. I like your style, your truffles and pheasant, and oh, it's so pleasant to bask in the warmth of your smile. Your vintage wine, your old lang syne, and that is why it's hard.